Okay, welcome back. As we continue to work towards the 0.2 checklist, 0.1 being I could basically write fungi code of any kind at all. So 0.1 is not very usable. 0.2 aims to be usable enough that I can start to write the core library. I'll have string libraries available at that time, so I can start doing basic things, and I'm also going to eventually get to debug support. But let's start with this. This is a little bit of a, a nice to have feature, but I think it's good enough to include in the core language, and it should only take a few lines of code. So let's do this real quick. This is just going to be token strings. So this is a string which uses the pipes. The nice thing about this kind of string is you can have spaces. Spaces are good. However, a lot of times, programmers just need to pass in a string that doesn't have any spaces. And that's what this kind of token strings are going to be. It's not really a token per se, because it doesn't follow fungi token rules. Any of these characters or white space will end the token string. Yeah, so with that, let's jump right in. This is just going to be kind of piggybacking off of end pipe. And kind of piggybacking off of parse slice u1 here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to modify this so that it takes in a function. And the syntax here in C is just brutally annoying. Is done U1C. Let's do car next. Escape C. All right, let's try that again. So so we're going to pass in a function which lets that function determine whether it's actually a complete string or not. And so right now, we're passing in this. We're doing this to determine it. So we're going to just move that into the end pipe. And so we're going to call this bool pipe done car next escape C. And it occurs to me that we want a few more options here. It's going to have to add to the buffer. It's going to have to potentially add to the buffer because it's got to handle its own characters. It's going to have to... So we're going to return a U1 here. We'll talk about what this U1 represents first. Here, let's just do it here. Is done return value. 0 means handle, let's call it handle car instead of is done, because then done's the wrong name. Pipe handle car. Okay. And 0 is going to be not handled. Okay. 1 is going to be handled, continue parsing, and 2 is going to be handled stop parsing. Okay. And we could use a CUnum for this. Fine. Type def enum handle car not handled handled continue. Done. Okay. Sees infinite wisdom of putting this at the end. I mean, it's really overloading the type def, I understand that. So this returns a handled car. This returns a handled car. And this... One second. Called. Okay, where were we? So I think we actually did this wrong before. This is a buff add here. And this is, so we have if, else, and we're going to add it again. So actually our escaped strings would have caused an error there. Whoops. Let's instead of handled, let's do car okay. Let's do car unknown. And let's do car done. I think that should actually be the correct stuff here. So let's just rewrite this logic here, and I'm going to say if does not equal c.c, sorry, it's going to be car unknown, meaning I don't know what it is. Return car unknown. All right, this doesn't handle anything except pipes. If unknown escape, we're going to return car okay. If c dot else, we're going to return car bad. Okay. And we're not actually, or no, sorry. No, we're going to return car done, sorry. We're not actually using bad, so we're not even going to use that. Cool. So we're going to switch on handle car C, car unknown. Car unknown is going to be, we're just going to do nothing. Break, I guess. Switch rake. Car okay. Oh, I see. Okay. This is going to be kind of tricky, actually. We're going to call this car handled. Or no. So car okay needs to override the unknown escape logic. That's the essential, that's what it's doing. We're going to call this car known. Because that's really what we're saying. Unknown and known and also done. Okay. And the main one is car done. So we're going to have to do something different for that. But break. Oh, no, this is this is terrible because you can't do this in the switch. I need to break to the outside. I need like a go to. C, is there a way to do a double break? Or do you have to use a go-to? I refer to this. I could restructure the program's flow or use a little one go-to instead. How bad could it be? I think go-to is fine here. This is kind of a ridiculous. I just want to break outside of a loop. Right. I'm not going to restructure everything to handle that case. Actually, you know what? We're going to ignore the unknown case. This is actually better. If car okay equals handled, we're going to do nothing. It's already handled. It's okay. The car is okay. Else if car done equals handled, we can break. So this will basically override the unknown escape thing. Yeah, I think this should work. Car okay undeclared. Car okay known. And indeed. What was ignoring white used for? Oops, did I accidentally delete that? Haha. Whoops. I thought this seemed a little... there we go. Thank you, compiler. Oops. To double copy that. First slice one, right. Spell it. How do you do a function pointer? I thought that was how you did it. You just pass it. One second, I'm gonna read about how to do function pointers in C. It was really dumb. This was here, and then there was this. There's an extra brace. Expected declaration or statement. Parse slice one. Did I do it again? Of course. There we go. All right, so that worked. That was way too difficult for me. I don't know why that took me so long. Sorry about that. Okay, so anyway, we're going to do an n single quote. And this is going to have a different pipe handle character, which is going to be here. This can just be paid in a single line. No big deal. We're going to have another pipe handle character. And this one is going to be if c.c, I guess it's going to be if c.c is less than or equal to 0x. Trick on finding white space. If it's less than or equal to space, then it's white space. Or c.c equals comma. Or c.c equals the end of a parenthesis. Return car done. This is interesting. Do we want to handle escaped of these? Okay. I think why not? You know? Kind of, you know, if you just have a single space, kind of lets you do it. Interesting. I don't know. If c dot unknown escape, return car known. So we're good. We're good, man. And otherwise we return car done, and otherwise we return car unknown. I don't know what this is. So we're gonna handle yeah, why not? We'll handle any white space, any comma, or any parenthesis. We will allow it to be escaped, letting you write something like foo bar, and that is a single string. Sure, sounds good. Cool. And this is going to be almost identical to this, to the point where they should be added together. Void string impl. It's going to have to take the function yeah. Void. Pretty much all of this is going to be there. It's literally going to be this. The only difference is going to be just car. So this will just call and pipe will just call string impl k pipe handle car. let's call this quote. Okay. And this is going to be string impl, okay, quote handle car. And I know C doesn't require you to put an and here, but I prefer it. Partly because that's what Fngi will require. All right. I can move this right here. No, and let's move this here. Beautiful. I'm gonna make these even more like tied together. Okay. Let's test it real quick. What is this in? Oops. Dat. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I can probably just parentheses is supposed to end it. These are for a little more compact here. So it's going to be this. This is already declared. Result. Goodbye slice. Not finding this token. Oh yeah, well, forgot to include it. And this is quote. Found slice. Oh. Foobar. I'm gonna say name not found foobar. Not found token foobar. Okay. This escape didn't work the way I expected. Here, let's just do this for now and see if that works. Did not. Expected that, but regen to file. Ah. It got consumed by the slice reader. This is turning out to be less than simple. Which is unfortunate. In case you're wondering, what essentially happened is, at least with this case, is it read the end piece here, and that caused it to fall over. Which is a fundamental problem with the logic I put in this string impl here. Don't need that anymore. Oh, got it weird. What the heck? Can't switch tabs. Okay, that was weird. I had to reboot my computer because my keyboard kept pressing the J key. Where were we? Yeah, let's see here. We were at end pipe and end quote. So I was just reading this code a little. Parse slice U1 calls car next escape, which calls C reader. It gets the character, checks that it's not the end of file, and then immediately calls increment head. And essentially what we need here is an is done boolean and a function called bool car next done. Okay. So we're going to do car next done. Well, we're going to search that. Actually, I don't need... Alright, I'm starting to see how this is. I mean, yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Technically, single string characters, token characters, so you could have the end of file immediately, but it's not worth worrying about right now. If car next done, or let's just pass the pointer to it. A null is an end of file. We are going to return car next escape dot c equals c dot is done equals true. All right. Now the car next done is never going to be true for our friend here. So let's do this. Pipe car done. Takes a U1, and it's going to return false. Okay. This is going to have to be, let's see here. Don't you love C function syntax? Right, that's car next done. This thing's gonna have to take And it's going to have to take the handle car. Okay. I did not like that. I didn't think so. Too few arguments to car next escape. Let's... Oh, okay. This car next, never done. No, let's just make this. Okay. If car next done and car. There, that's the way to do that. And let's just pass null for those. No reason to call it just to next. Okay. All right, now we're down to a few less errors. Parse slice E1. This is just going to be, or no, this is, the, okay. It's the only users of those. String impl now needs to, what did I call this? Pipe car done. That's gone, good. And this quote is going to actually have to implement this. So bool quote car next done. I don't like this syntax. Bool quote car next done, or that style, I mean. It's going to take a C and return a Boolean. If not C, return true. We're actually going to hand a file here. If C equals a space, or C equals a comma, or C equals paren, then we're good. Then we're going to say return true. So that's return true, otherwise we're going to return false. All right. And again, for this, we're just going, these are actually impossible, so I'm just going to return this like that. Cool. And this is going to get rid of this, don't need that. Handle car. Oh, I have this wrong. 2-1. String ample. What? Pointer type. Handle car. Oh. Yeah, I hate this C syntax here. Let's call this handle car enum. Type dev handle car enum. That's a pointer type. Car next to escape C. So this will just be handle car. Okay, and then anywhere else, that's an enum. Okay, so 2152 is still giving me an error. I have this backwards. Okay. Forgot the semicolon. That didn't work. But let's see here. Returning int from a function with return type handle car. Whoops. 2181. It should return an enum. Okay. Expected character got end of file. Here, let's just go back to our test. Right, testing data. Let's comment these out. We don't need these right now. Let's just make sure that our string is working. Okay, our string is working. We are not compiling that. Compiling type that. Goodbye. Let's see if this works. Let's just see what works and what doesn't work. Expected character got into file. Okay. So something's not working in our quote car next done here. It's not compiling into their types, which says to me that this is happening inside of somewhere inside of the logic. Let's just make sure that this is right. If we're at the end of file, we're done. It's fine. Kind of weird, but whatever. If the character is equal to a space, a comma, or a paren, we're done. That's fine. Otherwise, we're not done. Let's just also make sure we're doing this right. If there's a car next done, and calling car next done returns C, returns true, then we return that we're done is true. Ah, but we're not actually using it, are we? Whoops. If C dot is done, return, I guess. No, that's That's essentially never going to happen. But this, we need to break. Okay. Still got an error. Let's do that. We're never actually getting these done. Let's car next escape. Okay, goodbye, space. Okay, so the space, so there's a few problems here. The space should have ended us. Then this should have ended us as well. We got a seg fault. Oh, wow. Okay. Something is really going wrong here. I thought this was going to be simple. Turns out this is not simple. This code is getting really complicated to do something relatively simple. And I'm thinking that this does not belong in the base library. You could see how quickly complication can build on complication. What we started with was it seems simple enough. Like, you know, we just wanted to add this possibility here. Now, maybe we could architect how we implemented this better. So I'm just kind of hacking it in. Maybe someone can come up with a way to architect this whole process so that you don't have to pass in function pointers and you don't have to do XYZ. But just hacking it in, it's not proving to be very simple, and I'd say that this is not worthy of being included in the base language. It can be easily added in a library later. It's not essential for anybody to write. One second. It's not essential for anyone to be able to write debug logic in. So we're just going to remove that. We're going to strike through it. Not necessary in base compiler. And we're not going to add it. I'm going to revert the CL. Thank you.